Welcome to QueenTiki Tarot. Welcome to Virgo's monthly twin flame reading. Please make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe button for all future notifications.
Hello and welcome on into QueenTiki Tarot. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome on back. We are here for the twin flame readings for Virgo. So welcome on in, Virgo, for your twin flame readings. Now this reading is going to be set for the next, my intentions are for the next 30 days. So keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and get you just jumped right in and get you started. I hope you guys are liking the additions. It's not set up like how the other twin flame readings have been. So I hope you're enjoying it. So without further ado, it's been a minute and we're going to pop out the twin flame reads. I'm going to have one read go each night. Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday are our collective reads. I don't know if I'll have one go out on Saturdays, but tonight will be Virgos, tomorrow will be Libras, and so we're going to start the month with Virgo and then with Libra, and then we'll go from there, follow the rest of the zodiacal order. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and pull your oracle. As I said in the reads before, we are pulling from the Kate Forsyth Fairy Tale Oracle. This is going to be what you and your person need to know for the month. And you have the apple. Virgo, the apple, and it is from Snow White, the number 43, and it is knowledge. And I will go ahead and read from the book for you. So give me a second so we can go ahead and read from the book for you. Okay, in dark face, this means loss of innocence, and in bright face, it means the gaining of wisdom. So it means like if it's in your darker energy or your lower vibrational energy, it's the loss of innocence. If you're in your higher vibrational energy, it's the gaining of wisdom. Okay, of all fruits, apples have the deepest and oldest symbolic meaning. In ancient Greek myth, the mother goddess Gaia gives an apple tree as a wedding present to Zeus, the king of gods, and his wife Hera. Anyone who eats the golden apples is healed of illnesses and becomes immortal. An apple is also thought to be the forbidden fruit of the Garden of Eden, plucked by Eve and shared with Adam and leading to their expulsion. Although the disobedient eating of the fruit of knowledge brings death into the world, it also makes Adam and Eve aware of their sexuality and their godlike power to create new life. In Western religion art, an apple in Adam or Eve's hand signals sin, but in Christ's hand it is an emblem of redemption and resurrection. In Celtic mythology, apple symbolizes knowledge and wisdom, and many druid staffs were made from apple wood. Apples were also buried in Celtic graves as food for the dead and as a rite for rebirth. If you cut an apple across its width, its pips form a 5-pointed star or pentagram, which reflects the 5 universal elements of air, water, fire, earth, and spirit. These contradictory meanings are contained within the symbol of the apple in Snow White's innocence, temptation, and knowledge, life, death, and rebirth. The meaning: drawing apple indicates you are being presented with a dilemma. Biting the apple means losing your childlike innocence, but also gaining knowledge of life and death, sex, and magic. There's always a risk involved: delusionment, heartbreak, and loss. Yet the purpose of life is to live fully and intensely, tasting all that life has to offer. The apple shows you that you are ready for some kind of new knowledge, whether of your body or of your spirits. So, you and your person are getting some sort of new knowledge, or you're learning about each other, or I don't know, something about temptations possibly as well. Okay. All right. So Virgo, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull a card and we're going to see what your mirrored energy is. What are you and your person's mirrored energy right now? Keep in mind, this read is timeless. I do say for the next 30 days, but it's the next 30 days of when you watch this. This can pop up in your feed in the future, and that just means that you are at some other point in this timeline for you. Not all twin flames are on the same timeline, so keep that in mind. All right, you have the King of Cups. Okay, you got 3. Some of you may be at the beginning of this, some of you may be in the middle, some of you may be at the end of this portion in your timelines. So you may have already went through this, you may be going through it, or you may be getting ready to go through this. So keep that in mind as well. King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You could be dealing with the Aries, Leo, Sag, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or this could be in your chart, or your person's chart. Keep that in mind. King of Cups. Contemplating, thinking. Could be a little bit emotional. Stagnant. Not exactly sure about what's ahead for you in your future. And not really speaking up for yourself for some of you. Not really wanting to take a chance, taking a risk, taking a chance. It's like your self-care. Both of you seem to be kind of like taking care of yourself at this moment. I don't know if maybe both of you have kind of been hurt, kind of licking your wounds just a little bit, but you both kind of seem to be a little bit sad in your head, not sure about what the future kind of holds. You're not you really don't look very hopeful. Kind of both feel a little bit stagnant, down and out, hurt, upset. All right. Let's see what we have. This side is Virgo. This side is your person, Virgo. You've got it could have been an argument or a dispute or something. Or you walked away from a situation. You gained some sort of clarity or truth about possibly there could have been a situation where maybe you felt like you were a choice. You were, or maybe treated as a choice in a situation. It could have even been like somebody just didn't want to put in the time or the effort into a relationship, or they just may have juggled you, or this could have been you just juggling and you just decided you didn't want to put time, energy, or effort into it, and you just kind of walked away from the situation. Again, this could be your person as well doing this, but it's, you've gained some sort of clarity or truth into it, and you're moving on away from being treated as an option. And again, the option, it could be like they, I don't want to say cold to you. They could have been cold towards you. You kind of felt like maybe you were left out in the cold or deserted in a way. And it could be maybe somebody, you might have blocked this person. Just stop talking to him. But it's like whatever this information that you get, it may have left you just kind of really all up in your head. Let's see what your person has. Sorry, you can hear my cat in the background on her sniffles. Your person's come to the end of a cycle. They feel like, well, they're walking away as well. You both might be walking, either you're walking away from each other, or they closed out some sort of cycle and are walking away. They feel like they've been kind of left out in the cold as well. They see something clearly. The Queen of Wands. They could have been dealing with a Pisces, Aries in their chart. This is worse. You got the Knight of Wands. You walked away from Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords. Knight of Wands and a Queen of Wands. Yeah, you might have felt like this Knight of Wands, or you could be the Knight of Wands, just had too many options and you walked away from them, or had too much going on. I don't know who's who, but this Queen of Wands here, it's like to close out a cycle. Could be dealing with traveling as well. They're wanting to change up the energy. And they're optimistic for their own outcome, their own future, moving on, moving forward, seeking a better life, something better for themselves. This Queen of Wands. So I don't know if this is you two walking away from each other, because with this Knight and the Queen of Wands, this Knight energy is not on the same level as the Queen. This Knight still has some growth to do in order to match the Queen of Wands energy. He's got to level up, or she needs to level up in order to make it to this Queen of Wands energy. Especially if the player, you still got this player energy, or even if it still doesn't have this mindset made up on what this person wants, truly wants in their life at this moment in time. But you still have the current energy here where you're kind of like stagnant. You're not willing to fight for something. You're full of love and but it's more like you're taking care of yourselves, and you're both into this energy of taking care of you, taking care of self-love. Now, whoever is over here, your person, they're going within. Definitely soul searching, definitely self-love, definitely like, wanting better for themselves. Especially with this 8 of Cups energy. But this one right here, 7 of Cups, they're wanting to gain some sort of truth. And now it could have been within this dynamic, or it could be if they were in some sort of karmic situation. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what's blocking. Stopping and blocking. King of Wands. 2 of Wands. Well, there's your King of Wands right there. It could be something about money. They're making some sort of plans to come towards you. Or Virgo, you're making some sort of plans to come in towards your person. And it's passionate. Like you're passionately, like you're focused on work to make some sort of move. And it could be a literal move. For some of you, this could be across some sort of body of water. It could be a good distance away. But it's something about saving money, saving money, because you're looking at making some sort of passionate move. Like you're really wanting to stand on some sort of business. Or it's something about like your money is stopping you from making some sort of forward movement. Virgo, you're wanting to, or you finally are getting up enough money to be able to make this move that you've been wanting to do for a while. Virgo. All right, let's see, what about your person? What are they up to? What is blocking and stopping them at this moment? I'm coming towards you. So it's not that Virgo, I don't see it's that you're stopping and blocking. I see that you're focused on your money, your work, to make the move to head towards your person. It's just, that's kind of like your goal. Not that it's not, you don't want to make that move. It's just, it's a hindrance at the moment. That's what you're worried about. Okay, and what is your person? What's stopping and blocking them from coming towards you? All right. What is stopping and blocking Virgo's twin flame? You feel helpless. It could be their health. They feel betrayed and deceived. Okay, hold on. They feel like maybe somebody stole something or took something from them. They're waiting on karma. Okay, for some of your persons, they could be in a, could have some sort of health battle going on. that they're trying to hide. But things are going to turn in their favor. Like, they may have been going through some really bad, like, medical issues or something like that. And it could have caused some sort of financial setback for them. Or, you know, for some of you, it is finances for them as well that feels them to where they're kind of stuck and stagnant as well. But things are going to turn around in their favor also. Others of you, some of them, you know, your people, somebody may have actually taken either a financial hit or loss, or somebody stole money, took money, or took some sort of, it could have been property, could have been something from them that it was like a very big financial hit. And it was like something hidden. But whatever was taken, it's going to be returned back to them. And this could be Taurus, Aquarius. Karma's going to come back and, you know, basically bite whoever in the ass for this one as well. So it's just like this, things are turning out in your person's favor. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning back in their favor. As well, some of you also, your person could be, they could have been deceived as well. And it's just making them, it's just some sort of betrayal where they feel like that they were, I was going to say neglected, but yeah, neglected, outcasted, betrayed by family, friends, whomever, and whoever that was, and they just are, I don't want to say they're wanting their lick back, it's just, they're still feeling such hurt, betrayal, that they're not so much wanting to let this go. They're hanging on to this. But the cycle is coming to an end. So let's see what this future, your future outcome is looking like. In near future. This is the near future. Happiness. You're reaching stability, security. Happiness. Ooh, boy, Virgo. Could be a child in the future as well. Or you're afraid. Okay, over the next 30 days, by the end of these 30 days or within these next 30 days, you're really in your head about whether or not you're going to be able to get to your happily ever after, like your stability, or there's something about, you could be having nightmares, something about 6 a.m. could be like waking up at 6 a.m. You know, waking up early in the morning, just being tired and exhausted just from working, to make it happen, make things happen for yourself. Just reaching a breaking point. Some of you could be in seclusion, isolation. You're nervous. You're hurt. Heartbroken over this entire situation. You could be hurt and heartbroken because maybe you feel like you walked away and you're realizing like you walked away from either maybe you walked away from a soulmate and you're like, oh my gosh, that, you know, you're having second thoughts about that, or you your twin flame, you walked away and of course you're having second thoughts like, this is my wish fulfillment, this is what I want. Or you're thinking about like, how do I make this happen, how do I make things right, you know, like. Or again, this could be as well, some of you could be having dreams about your person and it's waking you up. And what about your person? Money, material success. Oh yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is turning. Somebody could be getting some sort of, ooh, the Emperor and Five of Cups. Okay, your person could be dealing with an Aries, Scorpio, Virgo. I'm getting they're walking away from an Emperor, somebody possibly that they may have been business partners with. Or could have been in a relationship with, and they're grieving about this. They're sad, they're hurt, they're heartbroken. They could have seen it all with this person. Now, what is the outcome? Heartbroke. Ooh, you're heartbroke. Okay, some of you could be going through separation with your person by the end of this month. If you're in, or you were broken up with a karmic as well. It's a partnership. I didn't see the Empress card come out for you though. This is your Emperor. You're dealing with some sort of breakup as well, Virgo. Heartbreak. Somebody who you also saw. You guys are mirroring each other. By the end of this month, you're definitely mirroring each other. You're both getting over some sort of heartbreak. And focused on work. You got the Nine of Pentacles. You were working on some sort of teamwork with somebody, a partnership with somebody. It could very well have been a karmic with this King of Wands. Same thing over here, Queen of Wands. Oh wait, was that a Queen of Wands? Yeah, King of Wands. But somebody walks away. They feel betrayed. stand in their power, but they still feel betrayed. You got the Queen of Cups. They feel like whatever... They're exhausted, they're depressed, they're hurt. They feel like they've been manipulated. Ooh. You're going within, getting some sort of Ace of Cups. What the heck? They're focused on work. One was focused more on money, the other one was more on love. One wanted partnership as far as money. But the love dynamic wasn't there. There might have been some passion that was there. Now this, like I said, it could be like a karmic situation, or it could have been like even a soulmate situation that was going on. All right, now let's see the final outcome. You're moving on to your happiness. You're going to see some success. Number 19 could be significant. Virgo. You're moving on, and that's the double sun card. You're going to move on towards your happiness, success, optimism. But I think you're going to be focused more on the work aspect of it rather than love. Whereas your person is more about could be dealing with the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. More about not just healing themselves and working on themselves, but they could also be somebody who works with the public and healing the public in some way, shape, or form. They could be a coach, they could be a life coach, they could be, you know, a doctor, they could be anything like that. But they're going to be more towards exterior type of healing. You may be working more healing as far as just putting more of your effort into the work aspect. This person, they're putting more work into the work aspect as well, but they're pouring love outward. You're just pouring it more into just keeping busy and focusing more on your money aspect. Now, you were working on your money aspect to move towards your twin flame. Now, your twin flame, I think they're recovering from some sort of heartbreak also, which is giving towards, you guys are actually mirroring each other. So it's like you guys are both kind of getting over a karmic, or I mean, maybe even the two of you kind of broke it off with each other because you're not in alignment as of yet. Could be distance because there was a travel card, and if there's money situation that needed to be resolved or whatever, there could be disputes about that. It could be difference in values at this time, especially with one focused more on material. And I'm not saying material things aren't, but one more focused on the money aspect, and one's more focused on, let's make this relationship actually work. Let's build the foundation. Let's communicate. Let's talk. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know, whereas the actual structure of relationship isn't coming together as it should, because the priorities aren't in alignment right now for the both of you. Because one is still so worried about how they're going to make this work on a more 3D level, whereas the other one is trying to make it work on foundation and getting to know and getting the actual structure and the foundation of the relationship to actually work, and the rest of it will actually come together. So you're not really looking, you're not on the same page, let's put it that way. So there's something about maybe a lack of communication, maybe love languages, maybe there's just something, definitely lack of communication on the both of your parts, Virgo, on where each of your guys' priorities lie, and yeah. Again, the options here, somebody may be like thinking somebody's doing things that they shouldn't be doing, when in fact that person could just be working. They're just really busy all the time. All right, what do we have for Virgo and their twin flame? Oracles. Now these are just confirmations or just kind of fillers to kind of, you know, get a little bit more into the story for your twin flames. Journeys. Spring. Your love is blooming. Your answers will arrive in spring. So there's, you know, blossoming flowers, path. Marriage. Some of you, something about the bond and travel. Spring, blossoming, commitments, and travel. Some of you, there could be twin flames, or you're actually traveling to actually marry your person, or there's something about your person wanting to come towards you to propose. Or making new memories, or you're going to be traveling and getting married. That's your stuff, so be ready for it. I don't know, maybe your person's coming towards you. By spring, you guys are going to be, I don't know, maybe hitting Vegas and getting hitched. How emotional. Self-worth. This is something that you guys are working on together. Your self-worth, self-love, sacred journey, part of your sacred journey. Understand who you truly are. Journey begins, self-discovery. So I think this is what you're both working on for some of you. In that stagnant energy right now. You got responsibilities. Yeah, this person could have a child. You could have a child. Or again, it could also be to where you guys are making plans to actually have children together. Maybe even right off the rip, right after you get together. And so this person is like, either you are or your twin flame is like, they're really in their head. They're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if I want kids. Do I want kids? Or maybe you're in your head like, I can't have kids. You know, what if they do want kids? Da, da, da. And that could be something that is on, you know, somebody's mind. And your twin flame is going to love you no matter what. Where they can, where they can't. Where you got to adopt, where you don't. And it's okay either way. You know, this world is made up of all kinds of different family dynamics and everything else. It's okay. But somebody feels hurt and heartbroken about a situation, and it could be just separation right now. Yeah, you're both hurt. Yeah, for some of you, you are in separation with your person. And this could be, again, somebody could be a parent and they're doing everything that they can to take care of a child. Again, self-love. They're trying to heal. Or also, like I said, trying to save up money for, it could be for college funds for a child. It could be for, school funds. It could be just, taking care of their kids in general. Kids are not cheap. I'm going to tell you that. They are not. So if they're worried about finances, just taking care of their children. That could just be what's setting somebody back and making planning future goals. But maybe they want to be able to move forward with you, but it's just, finances are getting in the way a little bit. All right, what else do we have? All right, you got Key and a Ring. Many options. Ooh, somebody might, again, I did say something about the options. You may feel like you were an option. You may have walked away. But again, that could also be just the options of you were treated like just a non-priority. Like they may have treated their friends and family more as a priority, or their job is more of a priority. Or there may be an offer coming in for a commitment. Or maybe you wanted a commitment rather than being treated as a non-priority. You wanted something a little bit more. Or this could also be like a cycle completion. Like you're done. I'm getting somewhere between a rock and a hard place. Somebody may feel like they're between a rock and a hard place. Snake. Yeah. Somebody wants, looks like they want it all. They want commitment, they want to move in, but there could be, there could be people in your ear, spitting non-truths. And it's got you questioning whether it's a good idea, whether it's not. It could even be your own voices telling you like no. And you got to keep in mind like your own worries, insecurities, versus what it is that you truly want and what's best for you. The screams, the loud ones are basically fear. It's the quiet voice that you really need to listen to. Clarity and truth, honor and protection. You're gaining some sort of clarity and truth over maybe somebody telling you something that within that you shouldn't. Maybe you're gaining some sort of clarity and truth about somebody that maybe you thought things were amazing and great and wonderful, but that there's really nothing within the dynamic other than could be sexual desire, or that there's no passion within a relationship, or the passion that you once had is just not there, and you're gaining some sort of truth about that. Yeah. Some of you, it could be like getting... No. Nope. Alright. There's the last pull. Truth. Somebody's gaining new perspective in a situation. Fate. You're seeing things clearly. It's something that's going to make you emotional. Virgo. Or your person. Fate. The wheels are changing. Cycles changing. Somebody's going to come in with some sort of apology. It's a past life soulmate. Could be somebody that you've gone lifetime after lifetime with. Yeah, this person has been balancing out situations. Again, work, family, relationship, and it's been causing too much on this person, and they've been unable to manage. It's been causing a little too much within themselves, possibly making them a little moody, frustrated. Just a lot's been on this person's mind. Virgo, it could be you as well. It's been a lot on your mind, a lot going on, and just unable to know how to balance everything going on. You know, I just like when something throws off your day. You know, just one thing can throw off your day, and it's just like you're frustrated. Well, this person's just not able to manage everything all at one time. All these different dynamics, and it's just a matter of figuring out how to balance everything together. And so it may be making you, Virgo, or your person a little moody, frustrated, angry, and then if you're throwing things on top of them, it's, you know, it could cause some outbursts, so be careful. I'm not saying carry the load for your person, but, or vice versa, but I am saying, you know, if you know your person has that tendency to where they don't juggle very well or handle situations like that very well because they don't have the ability to, I was going to say multitask. It is kind of like multitasking. Like us women, we have the ability to be able to freaking multitask, like almost masters at it in a way. And I'm not stereotyping, but a lot of men don't have that ability to be able to talk on the phone, cook, and have like 3 different conversations all at the same time while you're folding laundry, cooking, and taking care of the kids, well, if you have kids, and doing everything all at one time, including chewing gum and I don't know what else you want to throw in the mix of it. So just saying. All right, this is what's hidden, what they're hiding, or what you or your person are hiding, and what they would say. Virgo, I'm gonna say this is you. I will wait for a sign from you. So Virgo, So if you're cross-watching for a Virgo, your Virgo is saying they're going to wait for a sign. And they're saying, I am afraid. I'm afraid to contact you. Now, Virgo, your person would like to say, I regret lying to you. They say, we both know I am not the one for you, and I want to feel that way again. Also, I want to be more than friends. I left you before you could leave me. I know I messed everything up. Alright, so this is everything your person would like to say to you, Virgo. I love you unconditionally, and I feel you even though we are apart. Of course, that's a twin flame thing right there, so y'all can still feel each other. Alright, we are going to get, if your person could say anything, what would they say to you? Alright, and then we are going to close it out. Alright, that's it. You and your person are quiet towards each other. Alright. So, Virgo, you would like to tell your person, let me get these in order. If I could go back in time, I would handle this differently. Your person would like to say, why are you so damn beautiful? Cross-watcher, they'd like to say, I see you when I close my eyes. Virgo, they want to say, will this pain ever stop? They want to say, why do I feel this way? I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. Please do what's best for your heart. Cross-watcher, they say, I somehow trust you. Virgo, they want to say, I'm scared of rejection. Cross-watcher, can you forgive me? I still care about you. Cross-watcher, your person could have some sort of drug and alcohol addiction. Virgo, your laugh is amazing. Cross-watcher, I don't know who I am anymore, and I can't stop thinking about you. Now keep in mind, flip it, switch it, take it as it resonates. Alright, and that is what we have for you, Virgo, for your twin flame reads for this month. I hope it resonates. Good luck. I wish you all the best of luck on your twin flame journeys. And I will see you guys on the next one. Love, love, love. Bye now.
Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button on your way out. Thank you to all of my mods and to all of you for being here. Have a great night.